Shalom Israel, Shalom, it's Brother Kalak Ayash. And before I get started, of course, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Malak Yahushai, Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls God, but the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and it means He exists. Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ, His name is Yahweh Shai, it means deliver, or He to deliver. The Most High God, Yahweh, sent His only begotten Son into the world to redeem the world, but that world consists of the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American man, woman, and child of Indian and Negro descent, primarily here in Babylon the Great, but also scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the house of David. Shalom to the double honors to the elders that have been doing this thing before brothers were start off, before Israelites were start off, new believers were start off, and we have just entered into their labors. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So just a little video through the spirit. Lord willing is edifying, quick, straight to the point. And I'm going to start with Romans 10:1, Lord willing. But just of our people being zealous and how we're zealous, but not according to knowledge. I'm paraphrasing Romans the 10th chapter. Now, as you can see, we're in the season, so-called Christmas. You can't go really anywhere without hearing Christmas music and people wishing you a Merry Christmas, so forth and so on. So this also is an admonishment for new believers to stay strong in the faith and to know that the Lord is against Christmas. And then the Lord's killing the spirit of Christmas anyway. Right, but I want to get straight to the precepts, but I don't want to leave out the fact that what inspired this lesson is that if our people were zealous for these wicked holidays and just left-hand knowledge and just unrighteousness, we would be in the kingdom already. Because here it is, you have a Jake family, just Jake in general. I went on Google and typed in black Christmas, black people Christmas, but it's more than just Christmas. It's everything. I'm going to get a couple of things. I just want to give our people a visual. But before I do that, I want to get Romans 10:1. Romans chapter 10 and verse number 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Now, our people celebrate Christmas because they think it's the birth of Jesus. So they're celebrating first of all, birthdays are wicked. Second of all, the image that they're portraying to be this man's birthday, which is, again, birthdays are wicked. It's a white man, an Edomite, if you will. Well, biblically, he's the Edomite. So our people have a zeal because we have nothing. You gotta understand, we're a people that has had everything stripped from them: culture, language, customs, everything, identity. And now they gave us these BS unholy days, and our people are zealous for these things. But we need to come back right now. You know, we're in the spirit of Feast of Dedication. We need to come back and get in the spirit of Feast of Dedication. And then, as the season, when the weather breaks, you got the Passover. Then you got the Lord's holy days is for to make a long story short. We need to be zealous for the Most High. And the Lord loves when his people are zealous for him. The Lord, he loves when we're zealous for him. He created us to be zealous for him. He created a nation of people to serve him. And now we use our gifts for the left-hand side. And the zeal that we have that's really supposed to be intended to the highest, by Hashem Yahushai, we use it for unrighteousness. And the enemy knows this. But there's no coincidence that the Lord has men sighing and crying on the highways, the actual highways, and then on the highways, the internet highways, until it's too late. So I'm just going to get another. So we got Christmas, of course. What else do we have? I'll be remiss if I don't get this. Greek imprint. What is it called? Greek branding. Let's see what comes up. College. See, Jake come up. Brandon, fraternity. So our people are zealous for this. And the Lord is against this. So we're zealous for these things. Showing you that, again, too, our people are the Greeks, man. When you read about the New Testament, speaking about Israelite men that follow after the ways of the Greeks. All right? But that's a lesson for another day. Hey, that'll be a beautiful lesson, Lord willing, through the Spirit. And I'll get one more. What else do we got? So our people are zealous for everything but Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. What's coming up after? Let me see. I want to say, let's do Valentine's Day. Because that'll be right around after this. Oh, and Lord willing, something just popped up in my mind too. And here it is. This is a adulterous day. Our people are zealous for these days. We go all out for all these unwicked holidays. We go all out. But this is what I want. We're zealous for the man that hates him, that's persecuting us. So we're zealous because we have nothing. But really, we have everything. The Lord said we're rich. We're rich. So we got to come back. This is a call to come back. So we could go home and rule Yahweh's earth by Shem Yahushua in righteousness. So again, I'm going to read it one more time and I'll get a couple precepts and that'll be that. Romans chapter 10 and verse number 1. Brother, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So our people, and that what do we try to do? We give our people that knowledge, but they reject it. Now, we put it out there, but ultimately, whoever gets it, gets it. Whoever don't. But Hosea chapter 4 and verse number 6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So the Lord turned his face away from us because we were always zealous after other gods. So what did the Lord say? Cry to them gods, or the powers that you serve. This Judges chapter 10 and verse number 13. Yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods, wherefore I will deliver you no more. And the Lord held good on his promise. Now the gods that we serve, you see Latinos for Trump, Caesar Borgia, Jesus Christ, all these false gods. You got a lot of our people in voodoo now, this new type of hoodoo and voodoo. So when all hell breaks loose, the Lord is going to tell you to cry to them gods. The Lord not going to answer your prayers. Verse number 14. Go and cry unto the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So this is why we're so adamant on teach and going out. Well, the Lord really put the spirit in us to believe this, because we know our only hope is in Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We have no other hope. So it's time. Again, this is videos of admonishment all through the spirit and mercy and grace through Yahweh, from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to tell our people to be zealous for this word, because this word is not to be taken as a light thing. This is truly a blessing from the third heavens. The wisdom that we have is priceless. Can't be bought, should never be traded, and shouldn't be taken as a light thing. This wisdom is beautiful. So be zealous in the last days. And I'm going to get a couple of accounts. So Numbers chapter 20, I'll start at 14. Numbers chapter 14 and verse number 20. And Yahweh said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of Yahweh. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seeds shall possess it. So what was going on? We was going off in the wilderness. But Caleb had another spirit. So in the last days, Babylon is a wilderness, it's Sodom, it's Gomorrah, a.k.a. America. And we have to have another spirit, meaning Caleb was zealous. What did he say? What did Caleb say? Hold on, where is it? Let me get what he said. And the Lord said, man, that man has another spirit. That man, I'm going to protect him. Bread unto us. This is, it might have been in Numbers, the same book I was in. But the Lord is not with a fearful spirit. And Caleb didn't have a fearful spirit. Let me see if it's right here. Oh, Numbers 14. Numbers chapter 14 and verse number 7. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, so this is Joshua and Caleb. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it, it is an exceeding good land. If Yahweh delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not against Yahweh, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed for them, and Yahweh is with us. Fear them not. So the Lord said that kind of spirit he's dealing with. The Lord not dealing with a fearful spirit. He's dealing with that spirit, that zeal, that trust, that confidence in the one true power, Yahweh. Ba'ashem Bahasham, in the name Yahushai, who the world called Jesus Christ. This is the zeal that he wants us to have, as it seems as if Babylon's getting built up and turned into a technocracy and everything's going digital and everything's going to be better for the future. And the Lord is about to shut this place down. He wants to know who's going to not fear Esau, the modern day giant. And I'm going to stay in Numbers. I'm going to go to chapter 25. Numbers chapter 25 and verse number, another example of zeal. Numbers chapter 25 and verse number 5. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal Peor. See, the Lord's not with our people dealing with these other gods. And right now we're under grace and mercy, but when the Lord come back, the judgment will be executed. So if you're not zealous, if you're serving, if you have another power or God over you, you're going to be put to death according to the laws, statutes, and commandments, according to the Bible. Right? It is what it is. Verse number 6. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, have turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. So this is a beautiful account of being zealous, being ready to execute the judgment written, being ready to risk your life and righteously do what you got to do according to the law. I'm seasoning my words with salt, but to do what Phinehas did, if need be. That's the spirit the Lord is looking for in the last days. What did the Lord say in Psalms the 94th chapter? And then when Yahushua come back, this is the men that he's looking for. He's looking for the mighty men of David, the house of David. Psalm chapter 94 and 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? Who's going to do this work? That's what the Yahushua is asking. Who's going to be zealous for my name's sake? Who's going to do it? The men are out there, but there's more men that got to come into this thing, because we still here. Well, I'll get two more. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse number 22. I went the second. First Maccabees 2, same thing, the priest. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse number 22. This Mattathias. We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion, either on the right hand or the left. And when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar, which was at Modin, according to the king's commandment. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. So he was hot, right? And we all been there before, but on the left hand side. But the Lord gave us these spirits. The Lord gave us these certain emotions to execute them and know how to control them. Now we use this zeal for wickedness and unrighteousness. I'm reading verse 24 again. Which thing, when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled. Neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment. Wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar. Also the king's commissioner, who compelled men to sacrifice, he killed at that time, and the altar he pulled down. Thus dealt he zealously for the law of Yahweh, like as Phinehas did unto Zambri the son of Shalom. So the Lord, verse number 27, and Mattathias cried throughout the city with a loud voice, saying, whosoever is zealous of the law and maintaineth the covenant, let him follow me. And that's men and women in this thing right now. We're zealous for the law. We're trying to come back to the covenant. But we know that the righteousness doesn't come by the law. It comes by the faith in Hamashiach, Yahushua. But we still have to keep the law, because there's nowhere written where the Lord said you don't have to keep the law. It's just the law alone doesn't make us righteous. It keeps us holy. It lets our light shine. It keeps us pure and unspotted from this decrepit, evil, wicked, polluted world. It's that simple. right? So I'm going to read Romans 10 again. And if any precept come to mind in the meantime, I'll get them. But if not, I'll close out after this. Romans chapter 10 and verse number 1. Brother, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. So salvation, redemption, reconciliation, the covenant, the old covenant, the new covenant, the glory, the promises is for Israel to be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. I'll read to 4. For they be ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness. Christianity and the guise and the ways of this world have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High, and our people too that don't believe in Yahweh Shai and just want to say the law alone makes them righteous. But verse number 4, for Hamashiach, Christ, is the end of the law for righteousness to everyone that believe. If you believe this thing, if you believe and truly have faith. So again, this is admonishment to have zeal, to have faith, to not have fear in the last days. I'll end off with this. Revelation chapter 21 and verse number 8. Revelation 21 and 8. 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So nobody wants to feel that second death. I'm sure nobody wanted to be in the flood. I'm sure nobody wants to be in the fire. So again, this is a admonishment to be zealous for Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And I give all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh B'Hashem Mashiach Malak Yahweh Shai. Until next time, shalom to the elect. Shalom.